Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Get ready because today we are going to unlock a totally invisible, super highly guarded, and absolutely incredible superpower. And guess what? It's hidden right inside your very own body. Okay, so it's not laser vision, and it's not the ability to fly or lift cars over your head. But honestly, out in the real world, this superpower might actually be way stronger than all of those combined. It literally has the power to completely change someone's entire day or even their life. So I gotta ask you, what do you think is the most powerful muscle in your body? Go ahead, take a guess. Is it your biceps from, doing all those pull-ups on the playground monkey bars? Or maybe it's your leg muscles from sprinting super fast across the soccer field? Nope. Believe it or not, the absolute most powerful tool you have is actually something you use every single day just to communicate. It's the tongue. Okay, let's dive into this because our source text today brings us a really incredible challenge. It points out that just having a tongue isn't enough. It actually says our tongue needs to be educated, disciplined, and trained. I mean, think about that for a second. Just like you have to practice your math facts, or train your dog to sit, or run drills for your favorite sport to get better, you actually have to train your tongue. If you want to use your words to speak about the glories of heaven and the amazing, matchless love of Jesus, well, that takes discipline. You don't just wake up accidentally having this superpower. You've got to work at it. And that brings us to the ultimate treasure from our text. Listen to this absolutely beautiful, kind of mysterious quote from the book of Proverbs, chapter 25, verse 11. It says, "A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in pictures of silver." Man, what an incredible picture that paints in your mind, right? Just imagine literal apples made out of pure sparkling gold, sitting safely inside a shiny silver frame or silver basket. It sounds super beautiful, but what does that actually mean for you and me on a random Tuesday at school? Well, think of it as a bit of a secret code. Apples of gold and pictures of silver is really just this beautiful, poetic way of describing highly valuable words spoken at exactly the right time to someone who really needs them. Think of the most precious, amazing treasure you can possibly imagine. According to the text, a perfectly timed word of kindness is just as valuable as that treasure. It's that perfect, encouraging word delivered to a friend right when they need it the absolute most. Now, let's think about everyday life and how we actually use this superpower. What happens when someone makes a mistake? Our text uses some older language here and calls these people souls who err. But let's translate that into your world. Think about when your teammate completely drops a wide-open pass in a big game. Or maybe your friend just totally bombs a spelling test and they are sitting there just staring at that giant red F on their paper. The text says these people feel shame, folly, and desperation. They're just staring at their errors until they feel absolutely awful. And in those exact moments, they're incredibly hungry for just one single word of encouragement. See, when someone messes up, you have a huge choice to make with your words. On one hand, you have what the text calls desolating hail. That means reproving, condemning, and basically acting like a brutal, freezing hailstorm that just beats down the crops and completely destroys their last little ray of hope. But on the other hand, you can choose to be a healing balm, and that means tenderness and encouragement. It's literally like putting a soothing, cool bandage or medicine right onto a bruised soul. So, which one are you going to be? When your friend messes up, are you that freezing hail? Or are you a healing balm? The text gives us a really massive challenge right here. It begs us not to leave a hungry, starving soul in their helplessness to perish, just because we forgot or failed to speak words of tenderness. Think about how serious that really is. Your friend might be starving for kindness, and your words, your trained superpower, can actually rescue them. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the text defines being a great speaker or having true eloquence. You might think that sounding smart means using big, fancy vocabulary words or, arguing a point so perfectly that everyone just has to agree with you. But nope, the text says the absolute most persuasive eloquence is simply words spoken in love and sympathy. That's it. It says those kinds of words bring light to confused minds and hope to the discouraged. Just being kind, sympathetic, and loving is actually the smartest, most powerful way you could ever possibly speak. And we really have to remember the bigger picture of why we're doing all this. We're on a journey together. The text reminds us that we are homeward bound, seeking a better country, even in heavenly. Basically, imagine you're on a super long road trip with your family. Since you are all stuck in the car traveling to the exact same destination together, why in the world would you poke, annoy, or speak words that rankle and hurt the people traveling right next to you? It just makes the whole trip absolutely miserable. Instead, since we are all homeward bound for heaven, we should try our best to lighten the hearts of those around us by speaking with Christ-like sympathy. So the big question is, how do we actually get this superpower? Like, how do we train our tongues? Well, the text gives us a super clear 3-step training manual. Step 1, contemplate his character. That really just means spending time thinking about how deeply loving and forgiving Jesus is. Step 2, meditate upon his words. This means reading your Bible, remembering the kind things Jesus said, and letting those words sink really deeply into your brain. And step 3, practice his precepts, which is just a fancy way of saying, do what he did. Practice acting like him. If you love Jesus and consistently follow these 3 steps, you are successfully doing the hard work of training your tongue. And just look at the amazing results of this training regimen. When you practice Christ-like speech, amazing things start happening all around you. You start to literally scatter seeds of love and kindness everywhere you go, just by talking. The text says words will come sweetly from your lips. Instead of blocking out the light, you'll radiate the sun of righteousness to everyone around you. And most importantly, you become a living missionary. You see, you don't have to pack a huge suitcase and travel all the way across the ocean to be a missionary. You can be one right there in your own classroom, on the playground, or even just sitting at your kitchen table, simply by using your words to heal. Which leads us to our final and definitely most important question for you today. Who needs your apples of gold right now? Think really hard about it. Is there a friend, a brother, a sister, or maybe a classmate who made a mistake and is hurting today? Please don't leave them out in the desolating hail. Go out today, right now, and use your newly trained superpower to share a beautiful word of hope and healing. Be that healing balm. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to see the incredible, life-changing impact your words are going to have on the world.